Alright guys, I'm going to take you on a little road that kind of changed my whole outlook on motorcycles, my whole life. So a friend of mine came up here on his YZ80 when we was 14 and roll started his bike. He couldn't get it started. He was coming flying down through here, got it started, doing his thing. He's on his side of the road. And I'm coming from the other direction, had just got my bike out from that barn right over there, and was coming towards him, the opposite direction we're going now, and we hit head on, I think somewhere like right about here. So my bike was down there, I had put his helmet on, he got hot trying to start his bike. That's where my buddy lived right there. He doesn't live there anymore, but anyway, he was trying to start his bike, couldn't get it started, took his helmet off, it was hot. First day of spring break, and set his helmet down and had to roll start it. His bike was hard to start, probably looking back, it probably had low compression. It was a 2-stroke YZ80. He got it running, cranked up, just like anybody would, you know, on a 2-stroke. It's hard to crank, open it wide open and make it go. All right, this lady. So anyway, he opened it up and we hit head on. Now another friend of mine, I had a CT70 or C70 Passport. He was on it with a headlight in front of me. And he was the only one that, it was late in the evening, and he was the only one that had a headlight on. So when you're 14, you kind of think you're indestructible. Well, it put me and my buddy both in the hospital for a while. He actually had to stay there a good while, and I got to come home pretty quick. But he had a head injury, of course, because he didn't have a helmet on. And if I had it to do over, we would have never been riding in the road, you know, at 14 years old and 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. Really no excuse for it, but we were stupid kids. And that's just kind of the way it goes. Stupid kids, you know. But anyway, I had a hero grandfather that had no idea where I was, spending out with a friend of mine, and he found out it happened, of course, laid up in the hospital. He pretty much goes and gets both bikes, rolls one of them off in the garbage dump, and hid the C70 in a barn I found years later. But, you know, he was just doing it to protect me. He was worried that I was going to get hurt and acting an idiot. And it's nothing against any parents. Everybody was in the bed. We got on our bike and just went, you know. We got on that little C70 and rode all the way across town. The goal was to pick my buddy up that lived back there where I showed you we wrecked. And start some spring break. We're going camping at our pond. Got a little pond out in the woods. We were going camping there for the start of spring break, you know, listen to some tunes, have a fire, cook some stuff. We were stupid kids, you know. So anyway, the moral of that story is when you're a kid, you think you're indestructible, and sometimes it takes things like that to wake you up a little bit. Man, I had parts hurting on me I didn't know I had for weeks. Didn't get to go to school for, you know, half a semester or something, whatever, and it was just bad. And I still actually have parts hurt. My neck still hurts from that. I didn't really break any bones, but I broke some nerves in my left shoulder and couldn't use my left arm for probably close to a year and a half. And luckily, from everything that's good, the nerves healed back up mostly, and I could use my left arm. But man, it was bad for a long time. I didn't have hardly any movement in it at all for a long time. Luckily, it grew back and the nerves grew back, and here we are, you know. We learned from my mistakes, but I just thought I'd share that you know, my buddy, he's fine. He had a brain aneurysm, broke his left arm, hand, but he recovered just fine. We're still friends to this day. Good guy. And I hate it happened to us, you know, but we're just idiots. We should have known better, you know. I mean, what's crazy too about the human body is this is, you know, close to 25, 30 years ago. And I don't remember a single bit of it. I still to this day can't remember anything. From not even, you know, not much before the collision, maybe putting the helmet on and cranking up my bike, and then everything else is just gone. It doesn't exist. I remember waking up in the ambulance and asking the ambulance driver if he was going to be okay, and he pretty much said no. Scared me to death, you know, man. He's my buddy, and I sure didn't want anything to happen to him. I'm the one riding on the wrong side of the road, you know. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you guys on a little evening ride here. It's a sad story, but it may help one person to learn. If they see this and they're young, you're not indestructible. I'll be 45 next month, and I can still push on certain parts that I hit, and they still hurt. So just keep that in mind, guys. Glad to be alive and well, and now I watch like crazy, and anything can happen, you know. It's your time, but I appreciate you guys watching this, and maybe the next one will be a little more upbeat. But that's where it all went down. Gave me a brand new respect for bikes. Matter of fact, I didn't ride for a long time. A couple of years off there, you know. And then I got another bike, real similar to the one I had, and sold the C70, and I hated that I sold that one. That's really why I got the CT 125. But won't bore you anymore, guys. Appreciate you watching. Holler at me in the comments.